Hi, everybody, from all of us here at Securities Training Corporation. Our next few blogs are going to be video focused. We thought it would be great to spend some time showing you how to go through exam questions. Now, we know that not everyone's a great test taker, and some people, when presented with a word problem, have some challenges deciphering the question itself, or sometimes aren't sure how to read a question and therefore get through the answers. So let's just dive right on in. And today we're going to look at an options question. Now, before you look at the question on the screen itself, let me tell you one of the best ways to attack a question. When you're taking practice exams or when you're sitting with the real thing, what you want to do is read the entire question as a story. That's important. I've taken numerous exams myself when I used to work in the industry, and I can tell you that whenever I would look at a question, I would always read both the questions and the answers all at once. I wouldn't worry at the first reading what the right answer was. I just wanted to get a sense of the story. What is the overall focus of the question, and what are the answer choices I'm going to be presented with? So we're going to try doing that today. Let's take a look at this first question. Which of the following positions or strategies is not bullish? Okay, the first choice is a married put. The second choice is a short put. The next choice, choice C, is a long 40 call and a short 50 call. And lastly, we have something called writing a straddle. So now let's look. The question itself was saying, which of the following positions is not bullish? So you're only supposed to pick one. Another way of looking at this question is, there are three trades here. Three of them are in fact bullish. One is not. So the idea is to find the bearish trade. If something's not bullish, it must be bearish. Now, as a quick reminder, if something is bullish, that means that you expect the security to go up in value. If you're bearish, you expect a decline in a certain security. So we're going to be looking for the bearish trade. So now as we get to the point where we want to start making decisions, I'm going to show you something that people tend to do that you don't have to do. Most people have a tendency to look at choices in a linear fashion. In other words, they look at A, then they look at B, then they look at C, and then they look at D. Now, you don't have to do that. If you know certain things about a choice, you don't have to start with another one and then get to the choice you know. For example, you might look at choice D and say, writing a straddle. I understand everything about writing straddles. Don't worry about going in order. Focus on what you know. For example, I'm going to start with B. B is a short put. Now, when you short a put, you're writing a put. You're taking on the obligation to buy something. Again, my blog today assumes that you understand these options concepts. If you don't, now is the time to go back and find your book and do some rereading. But if you look at short puts, you'll remember, wait, if I'm obligated to buy something, I have a bullish sentiment in my trade. Therefore, a short put is bullish. Well, again, the question is saying, what's not bullish? And since B is bullish, it's not the right answer. I'm going to look at C next. So C is a long 40 call and a short 50 call. Now, I recognize a long call and a short call is a spread transaction. And with spreads, you look for the dominant leg of the spread. Now, how do I determine the dominant leg in a call spread? It would be the lower strike price. So the 40 strike is the dominant leg. If you long a 40 call, that's a bullish trade. Whenever you go long or buy calls, that's bullish. So even though there's a short call in here, which is bearish, it is the dominant leg of the long 40 that makes this also a bullish trade. Therefore, C couldn't be the right answer. Well, just like the real exam, I've managed to narrow it down to either A or D. In other words, I've narrowed it down to two potential choices. So which one is not bullish? Well, again, I'm going to look and see if I know which one of these is bullish. Is it married puts or writing a straddle? Well, again, you need to understand the options trades in order to answer the question. But as I look at this, I know a married put is when you take a long stock position and you buy a put to protect it. Now, buying puts is bearish, but remember, if you have a stock and an option combined, the stock dominates the trade. And when I buy a stock, I'm bullish on that stock. So overall, I am bullish in choice A. So my indication here is I should probably choose D. So let's look at D. Writing a straddle. You may not know much about writing straddles, or maybe you know a lot, but either way, we've narrowed it down to this choice. Now, before we just pick it, let's think about what happens when you write a straddle. You write a call and you write a put simultaneously. If you look at the trade, you have elements of both bullishness and bearishness. So which one is it? Well, truth be told, it's really neither. You don't want the stock that you're writing the straddle on to move. You don't want it to go up or down. You prefer that it remains neutral. In other words, it stays at roughly the same price it's currently trading at. If that happens, both options will expire and you would walk away with your premium that you had received when you wrote the straddle. So you're not bullish or bearish. Again, you're neither. You're neutral, making it most likely the right answer. But let's click and see what happens. And here you go. We're correct. You can see the explanation. Straddle writers expect a neutral market and obtain the maximum gain if each option expires. Each of the other choices has an opportunity for a profit if the underlying security rises in value. And that's how you attack a question. Read it, read the answers. Don't worry about what the right answer is. Just understand what you're looking for. Then go through a narrowing process. Figure out what you can discard and then focus on the remaining choices. Hope you found this helpful. We'll see you soon.